The brain controls what you think and feel, how you learn and remember, and the way you move and talk.
Those who believe in the oneness of Allah, Islamic monotheism, and whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah, verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest.
The reply to this question is that every language has its own way of conveying, and it has its own inference. Before I reply this question, I'll let you give an example. That we normally say that we tell to our wife that we love you from the bottom of our heart. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Imagine a scientist telling his wife, I love you from the bottom of the brain. Because the love is in the brain, it's not in the heart. But when we say in English, we say, I love you from the bottom of the heart, not bottom of the brain. So this is how language is developed. Though logically, all of us know who are educated, that the seat of memory is in the brain. The seat of love is in the brain. It is by the brain you love, not by the heart. But this is how language is developed. I'll give you umpteen number of such examples. We say that the sun rises. We know scientifically that the sun and the earth rotates on its axis and revolves around the sun. The sun does not rise. But yet we say sunrise, sunset. We know sun doesn't set. We know very well it is by the rotation and the revolution of the earth that the sun seems to rise and the sun seems to set. But yet we say sunrise, sunset. Even the scientist says that. He doesn't say that the sun is not rising. There are various examples we use in language. We use the word disaster. Disaster means something of a calamity, maybe something bad has happened or something not good has happened. But actual literal meaning of disaster is an evil star. But meaning-wise, it is something calamity. So this is how language develops. So similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed the Quran for the human beings. And even in Arabic language, we know very well it is the brain that thinks, but how we say in English, I love you from the bottom of the heart, I want to memorize by heart. Similarly, in Arabic language also, it is used that the heart thinks. It is normal. So person who knows Arabic as a language and a person who knows English well, and if someone says, I want to memorize by heart, he'll not say, hey, you're a fool, you should memorize by brain, not by the heart. This is what the language is. So similarly, like English and Hindi and other languages, even in Arabic language, when Allah says heart thinks, it is the same way. It is used, a layman, an Arab will not object, because that's the language of the human beings. But many times you have to understand that one word can have many meanings. For example, the first two verses of the Quran revealed was from Surah Iqra or Surah Alaq. That's chapter number 96, verse number 1 and 2, where Allah says, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq. Read, recite or proclaim in the name of thy Lord who has created you from an alaqa. And the alaqa was translated like congealed clot of blood. All the old tafasirs, they translate alaqa as congealed clot of blood. And today we do know that the embryo in the initial stages looked like a congealed clot of blood, though it's not blood. The appearance is there, so the Quran is correct. But now after science is advanced, we have come to know that the initial stages of an embryo looks like a leech. And we know the other meaning of alaqa is leech. Today science tells us that the embryo clings to the uterine wall. The third meaning of alaqa is something which clings. So when Allah says, Ikra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq, means read, recite and proclaim in the name of the Lord who has created man from something which clings, a leech-like substance, a congealed clot of blood. All three are correct. But all the classical tafasirs, they only translate it as congealed clot of blood. Similarly, as we know in today's Arabic language, heart, when we use the word, it says heart thinks. Therefore, Quran says in Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 2, Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse number 7, Allah says, Khatamallahu qulubihim. Allah has put a seal on the heart. Seal on the heart, if you put a seal on the brain. So this is how the language is. So no Arab will take objection to it.